on the Humber Hunters side, we've got Nightingale, Krades, Exalt, or Zolt, Argyle, Curia, and then over on Colchester's Centurions, Order of Ambers, Fippo, Night Fox, Dungeon, Mat, and Meddler. Well, speaking of gained, they have gained presence over towards that top side. An early gank towards the Swain is going to be the focus of the Talia. The red buff slow on the auto attacks forces the flashback from the Swain. Still available for both of his enemies. He's going to get ruptured backwards, and the first kill, first blood, over to Argyle on the Humber Hunters. Yet again, the stun doesn't go through. She steps forwards, and that's another kill for Argyle, absolutely stepping up to the plate. Forces the Sejuani away. They have got the pressure as well around the back. They're going to spot out the Vayne. Diana's ready and waiting. They haven't used the Rupture just yet, but that's quite a lot of damage being pumped out by the Vayne. The exhaust goes through, but in comes Braum to save the day. Diana picks up the kill, sends Sejuani back as well, and the Nami goes down to follow. A lovely double kill there for the Humber Hunters mid laner. Being pressured back, the flash forward from the jungler, but oh my god, the Luden's proc is going to be able to bounce down, and that is a massive kill, a massive pickup on the tanky front line that they needed to try and go in for this fight. But the shield's going in the wrong way. Vayne tumbles forwards, perhaps over aggressively as the rest of the team's there. There's the Featherstorm coming out, and it's going to be the kill going over to the mid laner, but only one falls in what was a surprisingly mitigated fight there for the Colchester Centurions. There's really not much they can do. The amount of damage you can see, just one poke going through onto that Sejuani, starting up the fight as well. They've already backed 3 off back underneath the turret, and they haven't even started to go for these carries. There's the ultimate being dropped down by Braum. Threaded volley just doing so much damage, and Diana straight into the backline. Finally a kill goes down, but they've already lost 3. One more to follow, and there goes the Veigar, last man standing. Just trying to flash forwards, and there's the kill going over to the Zarya. Just wiped off the face of the Rift. 5 kills go over in an ace for the Humber Hunters. In goes the Sejuani, chucked back into the rest of the team, taken down very, very quickly. Yet again, seems to be the story for the rest of this game. There's the ult from the Urgot, bringing the Vayne back into the danger zone. Will finally go down, and there's the Veigar to follow. Has to flash away, but it's not going to be enough. Another kill going over to the Colchester Centurions. But the Nexus turrets are starting to fall. Nami sent all the way back to that fountain. Has to tuck at their tail between the legs as the second Nexus tower falls. They're batting on the door of their first victory in this best of 2. The Humber Hunters with an absolute schooling, 32 kills to 2 in 15 minutes. An absolutely devastating opening game for the Humber Hunters.
The gank coming in from Argyle will be on a ward, but I don't know if that's enough.
He's warded, but he's stepped far too far forward. Shyvana walked away, and with that, the flash is burned. The red buff and the alpha strike come through, and Argyle once more starts to rain terror in game number 2. Yeah, I haven't seen Shyvana doing too much either. I spotted out on a ward, but in the bot lane again, jumps forward. That Zenith Blade dragging him straight into danger's path. Gets ignited, has to flash away. The heal burn from the AD carry, but it's not going to be enough. The Winter's Bite is going to land the stun onto Night Fox. They're jumping it in. There's the Silver Waltz proc. One more should do it. The tumble forwards, and the burst comes through. That's a kill in the bot lane, making it 2 total for that engage.
Order of Ambers.
Hey, there's the stopwatch. It is going to be broken, but he does go golden underneath the turret. It's not going to matter for too long.
Oh, that's easy.
Supermanic, a death rocket, comes in for the snipe kill. 3 kills now on the board for the Colchester Centurions.
Wraith has just always been incredibly underleveled in this game, even before Humber really started to take over. Sort of had an excuse last game because the horrendous level 1 and, you know, starting with Q as we see some more kills picked up by Humber, but I think this game, it was really just a result of inefficient pathing, you know, not using your time in the best manner, and so you just slowly fall behind in XP as your opponent just gets basically more CS than you.
And not even the pathing, warding as well.
That's
been a big thing that the Colchester Centurions have been not doing as well as they could have done. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, you've got a Rift Herald jumping on forward, Solar Flare to try and zone them away, but he's just given up. Look at that. As soon as you get caught out, as soon as you step too far forward, you're going to be punished with the amount of damage being pumped out. Finds a second, and Ornn just gets the 1v1 kill in the top lane. Rift Herald's still alive, and they're going for blood. Just jump onto the Annie. There's the ult for the Braum. And there, Vayne is able to pick up the kill. Rift Herald actually might be able to chunk onto the Nexus at this rate. It's not looking too strong, but they actually just popped the surrender out. 17 minutes, 4 seconds on the clock. Again, a very similar story to last game. So I think that, as you said before, the things to take away, warding and pathing.
Yeah, pretty much.
For Colchester, so that's what they need to work on. Humber Hunters, though, is there anything that you saw from them that maybe wasn't as good as it could be? Maybe something that they can improve on as well?
Personally, I don't know why Argyle never went for the refillable pot. Okay. It's pretty efficient. I think it's always a good shout. That's pretty much all I know. Coming into this, like I said, you know, it's a new season. It's the first week. There's not a lot of extra storylines to go on, but hopefully these games are going to end either, like, at least after 15 minutes, unlike the first, and not in a surrender. unlike
Yeah,
the
well,
second.
hopefully. We'll have to wait and see what they're able to do. We've got another best of 2 coming up for you right now, which is, of course, the Bristol team versus Norfolk. Joining me again is Doctor, and I am John Allen. Well, the gank going over into the top lane. The Rupture lands, the knockback as well. Flash being burnt, but it's too little, too late. Talia finds the first blood, but over in the bot side, there's a double stun coming out for the Bard. The kill goes through for the Ezreal, but he is going to get clapped back. The Bard Ignite finds the kill. Now it's just Vladimir versus the Thresh, and they're both pretty full HP. They shouldn't be able to do too much. Ooh, the Flag and Drag just to bring himself to safety as Jarvan gets away from the Talia. Ooh, there's the Destiny coming out from the Twisted Fate, but it's been spotted out completely as the Jarvan will jump on in. But so much damage from Professor Brian Cox will mean that Jarvan just falls almost instantly. 7-1 and 4. That's a damage you don't want to be dealing with. All the Hemoplague and the ultimate from the Talon as well just burst them down in response. We can do it too, they say. Oh, the flash forward from the Bard, not finding the stun, the Flay to get them back. There's the slows from the auto attacks. Vladimir flashing forwards, trying to engage on it. The Rupture will find the knock-up and make sure that they get the slow, but he's been stunned at the back line. Bard able to pick up the kill onto the Twisted Fate, but it is going to be the Retribution kill. Talon goes down to follow, and Ezreal able to wade in brilliant fashion. Dave, the absolute unit that he is, stays alive, but the Hemoplague will claim the kill in the end. There's the knockback, and now they're starting to wade on through. Threaded volley after threaded volley doing so much damage. Professor Brian Cox is going low on mana, however. They cannot keep going on this fight. They jump on towards Bard to find the final kill, and they should be able to close it down here.
Are we going to see a flash hook?
Maybe. The will sail wide. The stun goes go through on the gold card. Seismic shot back in, and that's so much damage. Brian Cox just burns through the health bar. Vladimir who, they say, as they push on to that high ground turret.
Oh my god, absolutely disgusting damage. Not a lot left for Norfolk. No knock-up coming onto Taylor, but the gold card going to pick him up. And
they're just going in for the fight, but he's versus 5. He has 4 people there ready and waiting. Dave very, very low. The flash forward from the Talon, trying to get all the damage down, managed to pick up the kill, but Bahamut will be sent down to the depths of hell as the Nexus is being knocked on now. The Bristol Smugglers looking to end it out. The 15 to 33 kills. The hook just for style points. Sejuani goes down. That is going to be the game. 1-0 so far to the Bristol Smugglers. Moving forward into this best of 2, they're looking very strong. As Graves is just back up in that jungle, so he's not quite near enough. Oh, and for the couple of seconds that we saw Pyke off screen, he's almost back to full health. Yes. So which means they can go for the re-engage. It's exactly what they're going to do. The Ghost is going to get the stun. The hook back on in. Bard managed to land the stun onto Brand. They could turn this one around. He flashes forwards of all directions. And Ashe picks up the kill. Ornn jumping onto the Graves in the top side. Both mid laners roaming down. Call of the Forge God gets dropped, and that's a lot of CC going down. But Lux lines up all 3. So much damage getting burnt out. And Brian Cox gets away. Mundo comes in for the flank. He's going to be dropping those cleavers left and right. The Ornn goes golden, but how long is it going to last? There's the masochism, and that is a lot of pain being dealt out by the Bristol Smugglers. Call of the Forge God is dropped. He doesn't have the ultimate available in this trade. The fire goes out, but it's in the wrong direction. Speaking of, they're going to be able to try and go for the slows. Needs to get the headbutt, but he drops the cleaver, and he's going to be able to get away. Bard jumping now onto Brand in that bot lane, gets the stun. Ashe there to capitalize on the damage, and just like that, Norfolk Nighthawks recoup that top little bit of a kerfuffle in that bot side. Oh, an Ashe arrow managed to land the stun onto the Pyke. Of course, relatively squishy. That's a lot of damage being dealt out. It has to go camouflage. The roots coming down from that Lux, but Professor Brian Cox steps forwards, gets burned away, and that's going to be the Ezreal finding the kill. There's the teleport coming out from the Mundo. The ultimate has been popped, so he's pushing it forwards. They stop to go for the red buff, but it's going to be death sentence for them as they just overcommit into that jungle. They overstay their welcome. Now it's Pyke trying to go for the 1 versus 1 as the rest of his team is going to come up to give him the numbers advantage. There's the kill going through, but it's traded back by the Ashe onto the Pyke. The advantage, though, still just going the way of the Bristol Smugglers in that fight. Bristol Smugglers now putting pressure on that middle inhib. They should be able to take that one down. They've already taken the bot one as well. Professor Brian Cox just taking face. He's almost tankier than the Sejuani at this point, purely from level 15 to level 9. That's absolutely crazy. You can see they're just jumping in. Ornn really not able to do too much on the back lines. Will get taken down by the Professor himself. Bard is going to fall to Brand. And now Sejuani and Ezreal running for the hills. The ultimate drop down on that Graves just to stop him from moving any closer to them. They do not want any slice of that pie.
I mean, this is looking like it's going to be game. Now they're just messing around in the fountain.
Style points. They're going to be able to go for the ultimate. Lux just burns 2 people on their own base, and they're going to get the kill. They're going to be able to find the Nexus as well, and that is the Bristol Smugglers taking the 2-0 win over the Norfolk Nighthawks. They will be winning in week 1, and Maya, what a way to do it.
All right, so there you have it. That's the results of Group 4.
Yeah.
2-0 coming out from both teams.